This holiday season, we all wish for hope and healing. Children and families who spend their holidays at the hospital deserve a reason to believe in first steps, in giggles, high fives, and hugs. For 150 years, Children's National Hospital has provided world-class care and groundbreaking research. Please donate today to help patients and healthcare heroes this holiday season. Visit childrensnational.org/holiday. That's childrensnational.org/holiday.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Gift yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G, a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. Pair it with the Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. Check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, like biking, swimming, golfing, and more. Invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up with Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products sold separately.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping. That'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and let them our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
I love the fact that Ed is singing along with that. Did you also do the stutters as Cogsley hiccup and bucked?
No, I was just singing Jingle Bells.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, those aren't the words.
I normally sing the Marine Corps hymn, but yeah, I switched it up.
What do you sing when washing your hands?
Just so you guys,
The birthday song.
Okay. Andrea?
I was gonna say, just so people know, we can't actually hear the music.
I know.
Yeah.
They don't, but yes. I hear the music. Andrea and Ed do not. Okay, hold on. Let's get a opening quote here so we can raise our glasses and a toast.
I got one.
Oh, what do you got?
Well, I got this neat little book from one of our co-hosts. So I'll read a quote. Private, I'm in the U.S. Army. I'm a U.S. Army drill sergeant. I wake up and piss excellence.
I'll drink to that.
Here.
Oh, God, it's yellow piss.
That's a cup of excellence. God, I can't even talk.
By the way, Cogsley came up with, the fear of death follows from the fear of life. The man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. See, that's what I was talking about last time. That's a new quote we don't see a whole lot. That's from Mark Twain, by the way, everybody. So
Mark
that's
Twain.
a good fucking quote. Joe says,
I'm
what
not
book
ready to die at any time.
did Ed read from? Did Travis write it?
It's awesome shit, my drill instructor said.
Now, just so everybody knows, I have never been in the military, but a lot of people think I have. Apparently, I have something. Which every time I say this, I watch Ed just kind of like look away and not actually look at me. So Ed might have a different opinion on this. He has never said anything when I say this shit. But some people apparently feel like I have a military type attitude. And sometimes they're military and sometimes they're not. So I don't know. Maybe it's the day. Maybe Ed knows me too. What's that? Maybe. I don't think I would have ever fit too well with the military. I question too many things.
You want me to do what?
But also, I'm not very bold, so a lot of times I'll just take orders and shut my fucking mouth so I don't have to deal with somebody else's shit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I would have been okay. I don't know. It's not like I'm... Okay, so, welcome to Talk of the Tavern. Tonight's topic is going to be subscription lifestyle. Maybe I should have said sub-life. Subscription lifestyle is the longer version. I am your host, Travis Sivart, and author of incredible series such as Silver and Smith and Portals, look for me on Amazon. Check that out. You can also find all my books at bit.ly/TravisBooks. That's bit.ly/TravisBooks. Other than that, my vices tonight are bourbon and Coke Zero and drinking. Joe, I did write a book called Drowning Kittens for Fun and Profit, 101 of the Worst Money-Making Ideas. It's very similar. How about we have Andrea introduce herself next with her vices?
Oh. Andrea Lachat. Knitting, of course.
We needle her
and
about that.
Tonight, and tonight is milk and cookies, because, why not? And, yeah. So what do you got, Ed?
Shoot. I'm Ed. I have water. I have a little bit of my Bold Rock Granny Smith apple left over, and I'm going to start drinking Bold Rock Draft apple cider.
Huh. How is that?
It
Drafty?
doesn't go down as easy as the Granny Smith. The Granny Smith really goes down easy. It's got a little bit more punch to it.
So, Ed, would you like to tell us what Granny tastes like?
Granny goes down easy.
I heard she's a little
She
bitter
goes
and
down
sour. The sad fact is, we're Granny's age now. Ed and I, not Andrea.
Yes,
No.
she does, Flaming Bird. Yes, she does.
Oh, my God. Today, I was out with my friend and her daughter, her little 4-year-old, and somebody asked if that was my granddaughter.
Oh my!
Ouch.
I'm like,
Did it?
well, my kid is...
Yeah.
Hmm?
Go on.
My kid is going to turn 22 in another week, so I guess, yeah, that's okay.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Granddaughter.
Well, I was saying your son could have a 4-year-old.
Oh, yeah, he could.
I mean, he'd have to get laid first 4 years ago. But anyhow, that's a whole nother show. That's really just never going to happen. Anyhow, how did it make you feel?
I'm like, I'll take it, whatever.
Okay, but how do you feel when the woman said this, not just what you said to me last night? See.
Oh my God. Moving on.
See, I don't even... I've got to find out what the hell that word's supposed to mean that Wordowin just put up there. Drop! Okay, hold on. Let me do the disclaimers. Okay, so... just so our chat knows, we are recording live. We're live recording a podcast right now. So, we may or may not read your comments out on air. But we will take a moment for anybody that throws
Celt
bits
Dupe
like that and say,
X300.
thank you, Celt Dupe. Appreciate that. It's Ed. Wordowin, somebody asked, what were you talking about? Wordowin says, how to make Andrea a granny. You got to get her son laid. That's what it boils down to, right here, folks.
Ooh, to dream the impossible dream. Sorry.
That's not a windmill
bad.
you're tilting at, mister.
My poor kid.
This would be the show he listens to.
Probably.
He's never listened to any of them. Drop is making some calls. This might work out in bed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's I
Wow.
tell you what, I would rather have 2 more cats in the house. That's another story. Don't get excited, Andrea. That doesn't need to happen either.
2 more cats. All right.
As opposed to your son having a child.
As opposed to grandchildren, right now. Yeah.
No. Okay.
You know what?
What?
Let's just get a Roomba.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And put what, like a pacifier and a diaper on it and call it a grandkid? Here comes our grandkid crawling through the living room. Oh, look at it, suck up the dirt.
I'll hug him and squeeze him and name him George.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, Talk of the Tavern, live chat, interactive. We're recording a podcast, might not read everything, only the most pertinent, relevant, and amusing. Well, at least one of the three. We already introed ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Man, I am
Go with it.
They
so
know who
glad
we
I
are.
pre-gamed before the show here. Tape a knife to it and call it Stabby.
To the Roomba. I have to have a Roomba first.
Actually, I think he needs to clarify. Wordwin, are you talking about the Roomba or are you talking about a grandbaby? By the way, go check out a show with Daniel Radcliffe called Guns Akimbo. Enjoy.
Oh, God.
Enjoy. And we forgot to talk about Discovery. Okay, so...
we can do it after the show.
So, yeah. Chat. We're talking to him. That noise means reading some chat stuff. Podcast. Thank you. Vices. We did. Topic. Sublife.
Oh, yeah.
Which is short for... I agree with Wordwin. By the way, if you haven't been to the tavern before, we're known for toast, topics, and tangents. This episode is apparently going to be heavy on tangents.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
especially since we just changed this to subscription only on Sublife.
That's right. there was that comment. Who was it up there? Was it? Hold on. I know I yelled truth after that. Hold on. Scrolling up. When I mentioned Sublife, I don't even... Oh, there it is. First rule of subscription lifestyle, says Joe. Be a sub to Travis so you can chat. Yeah, otherwise... Yeah. It subscribes or it gets the ball gag again. That's it. Oh my God. Wordwin, what kind of link are you putting in there? That's drawn by Wordwin. That is the most lipsticky lobster I have ever seen.
I have to see this lobster.
So, Sublife, meaning subscription lifestyle. In this day and age, and by the way, I have been waiting and hoping for this day and age in the subscription lifestyle for more than 20 years. Since the late 90s. Really? Oh yeah, Ed. Since the late 90s, you've probably heard me say, why do cable companies charge us for 200 channels when I only watch 12?
Oh yeah, and that's what started it all for me.
Give me...
I was watching 4.
Right. Give me basic cable and let me pull down the other 5 or 6 that I watch on top of that 12 or 20 or whatever it is. And I also said, in the early 2000s to mid-2000s, I said, why the hell hasn't Paramount, which existed back then, Sony, which was putting out decent movies back then, and all these other movie companies, including Fox, which I don't think... Do they exist as a movie company anymore?
Because they were purchased by Disney.
Okay. Why aren't these people putting out their own website where you could pay them $5 or $10 a month and watch unlimited movies, including new releases? Why is this not a thing? They would get so much more money. And they don't even have to put up first-run movies. Go to Hit the Theater. Put it in there 3 months after. When it normally goes to DVD or hits cable, hit your own fucking channel first. And people would pay $5 to $10 for every major movie company because, frankly, paying $40 to $60 a month, you wouldn't need normal cable where you're paying $80 to $200 a month. Now,
I was going to say, it's cheaper.
It is. And we've moved into that now with the advent of Netflix, which I remember as far back as 2008. I'm sure it's a little more or less. Oh, man, remember getting the DVDs in the mail, guys?
Yes.
No.
Really? Ed wasn't part of that then?
No.
It was kind of fun. It was kind of nice, and
It was like $4 a month.
yeah, and it was all prepaid postage. Threw it right back in that envelope, dropped it back in the mailbox. It was beautiful. It was nice, and you could keep it for like a month before they started charging you the fuck you fees.
Well, you don't get another one until you send it back.
Netflix is what killed Blockbuster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So with the subscription lifestyle, we're subscribing to our streaming services to watch movies or television shows or whatever. We are subscribing to music, whether it's Pandora or Amazon Prime and Amazon Music. We are subscribing to, what else do we subscribe to, guys?
Spotify.
Which is music and podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, thank you to our podcast people. Make sure you're following. Make sure you click that follow. Make sure you click that subscribe. Whatever your fucking service has. What else do we subscribe to?
Well, even so much these days is on a previous episode we were talking about AI.
Right.
You know, even when you have like a lock system for your home, you gotta subscribe
monthly
to
fee.
that son of a
Yeah.
bitch. Yep, monthly fee. You know,
your video games, you're subscribing to them now.
Yeah.
Or you're paying per item. There are things such as Stitch Fix or Watch Gang, where you subscribe and you get a monthly box for a certain amount. For me as an author, Shutterstock is someplace I subscribe to. Here on Twitch, you can subscribe and you get certain benefits, including being able to chat while we record a podcast live. The podcast subscription, where I put up the podcast, we subscribe to that. I pay $300 to $500 a year in subscription fees for the show alone. And then there's all the personal stuff, which, if I could read Wordowin's comment, at first it was because of their contracts with cable providers, then it became the cable companies convincing the studios they couldn't make money like that. But when Netflix snuck in and showed them streaming TV was profitable, they tried to pick it up. But the various studios needed almost 8 years to figure out what the fuck was that all about, Wordowin?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I had this one pegged 10 years, 15 years before they finally caught on. Because some people are just now catching on and getting a clue. I mean, Disney just last fucking year. Goddamn Disney. So.
I worked for a company about 15 years ago. They were transportation as far as telephone, that type of equipment is concerned. And they started working on streaming about 15 years ago. And they were trying to peddle it to a particular, it wasn't a provider, but it was not a demographic. They were working on being able to stream from the service end to a particular provider. And that provider, they went all the way through development, blah, 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 blah. The provider suddenly decided, excuse me, we're not going to do that. And so the company just said, well, since they don't want to pick it up, we're just going to drop the research. And I'm like, no, because that's the next best thing, man.
And you don't need a provider because you can do it without them now. You just piggyback off things like Amazon or Roku and whatnot, which is what Wordowin just threw in the chat. It's actually Amazon and Google that have enabled many of the studios to provide streaming through their cloud computing services. Exactly. By the way, you want to know what I think the next subscription...
With MailChimp, you get more than a URL. You get an all-in-one marketing platform to help drive sales. With things like data-driven recommendations and powerful automation tools. Get started today at MailChimp.com/smartmarketing. MailChimp, built for growing businesses.
Service needs to be? I'll get to this in just a moment. Stitch Fix, we mentioned. It's a clothing service. There's a dozen of these out there. Amazon does it. A bunch of places do it. Basically, they have... Oh, yeah. Listen to that. Hold on real quick.
Just subscribed. Here's to you.
Thank you,
had
Jewel.
enough time
Appreciate
to have
that.
a Twitch baby, and now I am paying child support.
Here.
That's a great comment. Jewel says, because she has subscribed for 12 months, we've had enough time to have a Twitch baby. And now I'm paying child support.
Thank you, Jewel.
That's great.
Appreciate it.
That's right. Your baby's being raised the right way thanks to your...
So does that mean I am a grandparent?
Your grandparent.
Ish. Jewel and I had a baby. Wait, how's it your grandkid? Anyhow, moving on. So, Stitch Fix, you have a stylist. They send you a certain outfit or 2 outfits every month or 3 months, whatever you subscribe for. Watch Gang does the same thing, but with watches. Ed, I want to talk to you about that if you're interested, by the way. I'll tell you the financial side of it if you're interested. Point is, you have these subscriptions for things that are not digital. They're real fucking things. But here's what needs to come next. I need restaurant subscriptions. I need Outback or Ruth Chris.
How would that work?
What's that?
How would that work? What in your mind? What does that mean?
The fondue place, Andrea, that we went to one time. If you could pay $30 to $50 a month, you could have different levels. You go in, and if you're at the maximum level, where you're paying $60 a month or whatever, you get a meal for 2, including an appetizer and a dessert once a month, and a 10% discount on everything else you buy. Or you
I
can
don't
go
know. We don't do that enough.
Yeah, well, no, we don't go there enough. But if you had a subscription service, it would pull people in every fucking month. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, it would.
Now, Wordwin says, I've had restaurant subscriptions before. Wordwin, tell me a little bit about this, because I have never heard of this.
It's not around here, because we're just cows.
We just have to go shave them and hope we can roast them before the farmer comes out.
See, because McDonald's and Burger King does not have a subscription. And that's pretty much all we have out here.
Wait a minute. If there's restaurant subscriptions, can somebody just maybe throw me one of those and let me see what that's like? Cheesecake Factory got a subscription?
What?
Ed, have you heard of restaurant subscriptions?
I haven't heard of No, not a restaurant. But again, look at where I live.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. We're kind of out there.
Yeah.
We're out there.
Yeah. I do like the clothing subscription, though. Because of where our location is, and it's mostly cows, and there's a Walmart, and there's a Target. But the Stitch Fix allows me access to the brands of clothes I wouldn't normally have access to, and I wouldn't just buy it online.
Right.
I don't know what goes well. Yeah, I mean, I look at some of this stuff, and I'm like, no, I would never, ever pick that out for myself. I put it on, and I'm pleasantly surprised, and then I keep it. So it just helps me try new things, adult clothes, with stuff I don't normally... Because we're not in the big city. We're not near all these stores that have these clothes.
Okay, Wordwin has cleared it up a little bit. Says it was $50 a month, and it was 2 free dinners or 4 lunches a month, and was 20% off entrees past that. That's what I'm talking about. Where was that for, Wordwin? Or was it regional? Because, hey, we all remember these high school kids selling these books full of coupons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could get, here's $20 off of Outback if you spend $50
or more.
And
nobody ever used them. That's how they made their money, because nobody ever used them. I did.
Except for those, 8 people who used the fuck out of it. It was like an 1.5 inch thick book, and they'd have 7 pages left at the end of the year. They're like, I bought shit I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
It's, but this is what I'm saying. There are other subscription things now that people are in that mentality. There's opportunity here. Fuck, that makes me wonder as a writer if I can offer a subscription, and if you pay a yearly fee, you get all my books I publish.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like extra work. I'm done. I'm out of that. Chinese place and a Mexican place. See, that's a good idea, Wordwin. That's a good idea. So, what all do we subscribe to?
More more than I probably should.
I have a list right up here next to my computer of mine. So I'll get into mine after you kind of go through yours.
What started it for me was ditching the cable. Because like we said earlier, 200 and some channels, I watched 4, you know.
Right.
And Hulu came along. I was like, already had Netflix. I've had the $7 Netflix for whenever, for whatever, how long they've been offering it. And then Hulu came along. I was like, let's get Hulu, you know. And then Disney Plus came along. And then
CBS Access.
CBS Access came along. Yeah. And then, of course, as we talked about in a previous episode, the AI life, I got the Google Home. Oh, man. I can do music. Oh, man. You know? So after a while, it's like, is it too much?
Yes, is the short answer.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know.
By the way, Wordwin has clarified the book thing is done a lot with Patreon or Kickstarter. Fair point. Baen Books had a subscription service where people got early edits for novels from their favorite authors. They might still, not sure. That is interesting to know.
Speaking of books, Audible.
Right.
Yes.
Which I love Audible because I have an hour-and-a-half drive one way to work and from work. So 2 to 3 hours a day in a car. I'm loving my Audible.
Yeah.
But for $15 a month, where you get one book a month, now you get a bunch of like free podcasts, and you get a bunch of free other books that you probably would never listen to anyway.
Right.
But now they're free. And by the way, if it is a book you would listen to, they give you like 2 chapters of it. And then you got to wait a month before you get another 2 chapters. It's installments. Hold on, interesting.
But the 15... My needle fell. But the $15 is still way less than some of the books, because if you want some Stephen King or Terry Pratchett or something, or Neil Gaiman, they're like $35.
Right.
15's a great price.
By the way, I have seen $20 ebooks on Amazon from the big name authors. $20 ebooks. Not hardback, not paperback, ebooks.
Well,
yep. E-books,
and I can't say that I haven't bought some of those.
I have not. I can say I have not, and be honest. Because I can't pay that much for digital property.
It just depends. Well, I mean, it's been years since I've done it, but if it's something I really wanted, yeah.
You know, in December, I almost bought my first completely digital movie. It was a movie called Fat Man, with Mel Brooks as Santa who's under attack, and he gets his fucking submachine
Not Mel
gun.
Brooks.
I'm sorry, not Mel Brooks.
Not Mel Brooks.
Sorry, that was my dream actor.
That would have been better.
Mel Gibson as Santa with an automatic weapon. Basically, a rich kid takes out a hit on Santa because he got coal instead of what he wanted, so he calls the skinny man to kill the fat man.
Funny.
At this point in time, still haven't seen it, because apparently whatever credit card I had attached, I had unattached it for whatever reason, and it didn't go through, so we watched something
Never
else.
got to see it.
Yeah. We might one day. I don't know. So, yeah, this is the point. I liked the subscription concept and construct because it allowed me to watch what I wanted to watch when I wanted to watch it. This is what I said it should have been like. But is it too much now? If we added up all of Ed's monthly fees, is he now paying $250 for all the things he's getting? Oh, by the way, Photoshop is another one. For anybody that uses Photoshop, which you used to pay for Microsoft Word, Photoshop, a lot of these big tech programs, these software programs, you'd pay a fuck ton. I mean, $300 to $900. But you had 3 years before they came out with another version that maybe you didn't even need or care about. Now they're like, how about you just pay us $20 a month? that's only
Microsoft 360.
Yeah, or Photoshop anything. But now you have, here's $20 a month. That's not much. That's nothing, right? That's not even as much as it costs to go out to dinner at TGI Fridays or Applebee's. But now let's times that times 12. So we're at $240. Now, 3 years before we come out to the next version, you have now paid $720 for this thing that, now, if you're a professional, this is your tool, it's a great idea. If you're me, where I use it for 3 weeks and don't touch it for 6 months, this is a put your penis in my ass when I didn't ask or consent.
You have to pay extra for that.
By
I'm
the
just
way,
saying.
Kennedy popped in and says, I think bordellos should have a subscription plan. They do. A lot of these clubs will have memberships.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's, but now the legalization of prostitution, etc., is a whole different show that there's just no
That's
quick...
a different subscription.
Yeah, it is. What do you think of bordellos?
Well, see, the subscription I have is like, I do the game subscription, like World of Warcraft.
Right.
I do have the music subscriptions. I do have the movie. I do have the clothes. I have a lot of subscriptions. And my car has OnStar.
Uh-huh.
That's a subscription.
These are invisible ways to nickel and dime you to death.
Oh, yeah.
They're a pitfall that's covered with bamboo stalks and leaves. And you're going to be running through the jungle thinking you're having a great time, and you're going to fall in a fucking hole and realize you're stuck on some spikes. I think that parallel's still working, right? We're doing okay with that one?
See, the thing is, though, with a lot of these, it's not contract obligated, like with the phones and stuff.
Makes all the difference.
So,
True.
yeah, so if I know I can't afford something, like for the next couple months, I put my subscription on hold.
Right.
Or I cancel it. And that's okay. So then I don't have to worry about that money coming out.
Andrew and I were just talking the other day about CBS All Access, and we're waiting for one show we're watching to finish its season, where then you have 6 to 9 months before you get something else from them, and another show to complete its season. At that point in time, I'm like, I'll cancel until something else comes on that I want to watch on CBS All Access. I don't need to pay that money every month. So that is a nice thing because it's not contractual. Let me check some comments.
That is one thing I like about Hulu. I hate it when I go to cancel a service and you gotta actually talk to someone or chat with someone so they can try to give you something else to keep you hooked. One of the things I liked about Hulu was if you wanted one of the premium channels, you log into your account, put a check in it, you watch that premium channel. When you're done watching that show, log into your account, uncheck that damn premium channel, and boom, it's gone. We had XM radio with our vehicles, and when I got the Google Music, I was like, why have XM radio on both vehicles? I'll just, listen to my phone through Bluetooth or whatever, I tried to cancel it on one of the vehicles, and I had to go through this why, and would you be interested in this? And I was like, on second thought, just cancel it on both vehicles.
Yeah.
Amazon is really bad for hiding the cancel button. Like really bad. Most places you go into your account settings, scroll down to the bottom, they have a cancel, disable, delete, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Amazon, you're jumping through hoops and you're clicking on like 3 different levels, if not going to the help menu, before you can figure out how to cancel. And this goes for Audible, Amazon Prime, and the Amazon other video channels. It is a maze. They are definitely trying to keep you through frustration, and that is not the right way to keep me in anything. I lose trust and I lose faith in a company if they hide the exit door.
Yep.
That is bad business. It is dumbass business. And that's probably words that can get me fired.
But see, a lot of times they'll do that and people will just give up and, okay, it's easier just to pay.
Right. Or they'll get distracted by, as Ed mentioned, oh, what if we offer you this deal? Because they do that on Audible. I'm like, how about you offer me a credit so I can get a book every month for $5 or $7? I'll pay $7. I'm not paying $15. And that's me. It's maybe I'm a cheap little miser. Kennedy asks, I wonder what would happen if we just wrote a certified letter to the company saying to cancel. It depends what address you sent it to, Kennedy.
If you can find the address, yeah.
There is that,
you can find the address.
There is that. So it all depends on where you send it and who gets that in their hot little hands.
And they can say they never received it, even if there is a signature, and then you have to go through the whole process of finding out and proving that it was. So, yeah.
The whole time they're paying you money. Or you're paying them money. They're definitely not paying you. Joe says, you looking to cancel your Audible? How about we offer you a complimentary blowjob instead? I'm like, well, hey, Michael, that's a great offer.
I'm canceling mine tomorrow.
I just don't like how your stubble rubs on my thighs.
Oh, Weird One brings up a good one. Speaking of subscriptions, prepaid legal service, yeah. That's a big thing in some places.
You guys want to hear?
And doctors now.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you. Here's a subscription service we have all been subscribing to all of our lives. It's called insurance.
This holiday season, we all wish for hope and healing. Children and families who spend their holidays at the hospital deserve a reason to believe in first steps, in giggles, high fives, and hugs. For 150 years, Children's National Hospital has provided world-class care and groundbreaking research. Please donate today to help patients and healthcare heroes this holiday season. Visit childrensnational.org/holiday. That's childrensnational.org/holiday.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Gift yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G, a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. Pair it with the Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. Check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, like biking, swimming, golfing, and more. Invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up with Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products sold separately.
There's the eternal subscription service that we have been stuck on. And that's what, when you mention legal advice, when you mention doctors, it's called fucking insurance. It's a lottery of will something happen or not.
Here's the thing with the legal subscription, it doesn't cover everything. Because I asked about it, because there is a thing through one of my former employers, like, hey, we have this where you can pay so much and it goes towards legal stuff. And I'm like, does it cover like divorce or child stuff? No. Just like if you get thrown in jail for DUI or something, that.
The shit we never get dinged for.
But some people do. And it's like, wait, is this a problem?
Does it cover if I go to a car dealership and they fuck me on the deal and make me rework it, that I could do something about that? What? No? Why are you shaking your head no?
Yeah. So, there are strings attached, and it's like, oh, no, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I'm sorry, I'm lost in the insurance thing in my mind. Insurance is a great concept, but it really is just a fucking money-making scheme.
But if you don't have it, then you have to pay more money in fines and get sent to jail sometime.
Something I signed up for recently is I pay $45 every month out of my paycheck, and I get so much money to put towards medical expenses, but only certain medical expenses per year. Now, it's more than I'm paying over that 12-month period, but you have to use it all by this date or lose it all.
Right.
And
it's like, well, why am I giving you my money when I could just put it aside and use it for whatever?
Right. And I'm still looking at this going, should I have this or not? I mean, it's something there. If I chip a tooth, if I break a tooth, I can go to the dentist and have that $1,200 or $1,400 available.
Right.
Again, you're rolling that dice. You're playing that gamble. And also, when I went to one dentist and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's been too long since you've been to a dentist. You need a deep cleaning instead of a regular cleaning, and that's going to be so many hundreds of dollars instead of your insurance covering it. And it was like $700, wasn't it, Andrea? Does that sound right?
Something like that. It's like, really?
Because Andrea's like, go to my dentist, $300, no insurance. And I'm like, So, okay, backing back into the subscription thing. Our convenience life, especially when we look at our phones, subscriptions, they're fucking subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
We pay for so many gigs a month, so much Wi-Fi, so much internet bandwidth. And we survive on this because as I introduce more and more devices that connect to the internet, such as a goddamn smoker, your refrigerator that will take a picture of the inside of it. We mentioned this in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Your microwave that you could turn on, or it could pull up recipes on your slow cooker now. So with all...
Not mine.
Well, not your slow cooker. Your slow cooker barely uses electricity. So, with all these things being added on and dinged on, is it getting to a scary level yet? Is it getting to a point where people are going to start slipping into debt because of subscriptions?
Quite possibly.
How many of us have had a subscription hit our bank account, and because of that, we can't cover a real bill, such as a phone bill, electric bill, car payment, house payment, rent, whatever?
Oh, many years ago, yes. Recently, not so much.
It hasn't quite been that bad for me, but there has been the, oh man, I got a few extra bucks, I'm gonna get this, and then the next day I wake up is like, oh shit, no I'm not.
That's why I have a post-it note of the subscriptions right on the side of my computer so I can remember what's coming out when. By the way, I have recently heard, and somebody can verify this or tell me I'm wrong. I'd love to hear that I'm wrong. I was told recently that cable companies are going to start putting a cap on how much bandwidth you're allowed each month, and then charging you per gigabyte after that cap, like $5 a gigabyte. Which, when I'm using 300 to 600 gigabytes a month because I stream and upload podcasts and whatnot, I can only imagine what a house with 3 or 4 kids and 2 or 3 adults in it use. By the way, Wordwin says, note, cell phones are a ripoff in the U.S. Most European Union countries, something that costs $120 here is 15 euros there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Phones?
That's what he's talking about.
Well, I know now they got you because if you don't have a certain phone, like a newer phone, it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah. I ran into this with a co-worker recently because Wawa app, which is a gas station, and they give free coffee and you get points and all this stuff. So I was showing them how to download it, but their phone was not one of the newer ones where it would not. It's like not available on this device.
And a lot of phones purposely time out that thing after 3 years or 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, it's an app for a gas station. I don't know.
By the way, Wordwind says, in a related topic, something I heard many years ago for helping control money. Imagine the thing in one hand and the money to pay for it in the other. Then think to yourself, which would you rather have a week from now? And when I point at a digital subscription, as much as we love all these options, how many options do we actually need? Andrea and I pay for 4 streaming services for television.
Yeah.
5. There's
5.
Amazon, CBS, Disney, Netflix, and Hulu, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And they're most
Yep.
Most of them are about $6 a month.
Not Netflix. It's going up another $1 next year.
Netflix is $14 now.
Log into your Netflix account. There is a lower tier service.
What's the difference?
I can't remember
Okay.
what the difference was.
I do
but
know the difference,
I
'cause I
logged
looked.
in to check and I saw that and I was like, that one will work for me. And
Well, it
Yeah.
is for one device.
Oh, that could be what it is.
Now,
Which-
because I watch
That
it on
works
my
for me.
I watch it on my phone at work on the break, but we also watch it on, our different fires in the house. So,
Okay.
yeah. So that's the difference. I did look into that.
And by the way, $14 a month
So now
isn't
you-
bad
It's not.
if you're using it.
I'll pay it. Oh, I use it a lot.
Right. But also, as the other services improve, we use Hulu more and more, or Amazon Prime more and more. By the way, how many people think Amazon Prime got it wrong when they're like, oh, you have a subscription service, but you only get 30% of the stuff for free. The rest you're paying
Right.
for. The fuck was that?
Right.
And we mostly use our Amazon stuff for the Prime shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's mainly why I got Prime. It wasn't for the video. The video was just a plus for me.
And
Yeah, the
I don't
video
go
and the
to a
music's
store and
just
shop.
extra.
I buy everything off Amazon. So
Ed and
Yeah.
I had a very similar philosophy, by the way. We're more than willing to pay $20 to $40 for a season of a television show than watch it on the actual television station. So if it comes to a point where streaming gets ridiculous, I'm willing to go back to buying the 6 or 8 TV shows I really enjoy on fucking
Mhm.
DVD or Blu-ray.
yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
Yeah. So this isn't something most people even have on their radar. Wordwin says, one of the things I missed the most over the last few years is I was grandfathered on Netflix for $8 a month. Yeah, Wordwin, we are too, but now it no longer matters. They're raising our prices across the board.
Yeah.
Grandfathered is gone. It's so as much as subscriptions were a freedom initially, it's become a trap. It's become a bit of a prison now. And they're almost invisible. When you see $8 a pop disappearing, you don't think much of it. Till you have 10 things at $8 a pop. And you're like,
Yep.
Where the hell did that all come from? It's almost scary how it can sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Kennedy says, imagine you went to the IRS every year, walked over to a window where they handed you the money for the payroll deductions, you took it to another window to pay the taxes. I'm sorry, I even read that. I have no idea what that means.
I have no idea.
It's, hold on, I gotta type something in here. There we go. Okay. So I guess a better way of putting it is subscriptions is a slippery slope. And you can dig a hole a spoonful at a time. And that's what subscriptions do for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd suggest is make sure, A, you really enjoy what you're paying for. Whatever it is, whether it's a movie streaming service, a video game. Because, World of Warcraft is... A lot of the gaming services went from a subscription model to a pay for useless things model. Such as Fortnite, you pay for a different character look. It's that simple. So instead of being a human, you might be a bush with a face, or you might be a candy cane with a mustache. Whatever. There we go. Wordowin says microtransactions. What I worry about is if everything gets my microtransactions. Well, thank you, lady. Skipper. She says, I enjoy the tavern. That's well worth a subscription, in my opinion.
I subscribe.
But also, it's optional. You can still enjoy the tavern just to interact during certain points, such as when we're recording the podcast. Only subscribers can do that. But you can still sit here and bask in it. Bask in us. Bask in us. Baskin Roberts. So, Fortnite is now, which was one of the just pay for the other stuff that didn't matter, now has a subscription thing where you can subscribe. Everything is looking at subscription. And as much as we love this stuff, because we mentioned in the beginning of the show how much we love it, you still got to pay attention. You got to watch out. You got to be careful. Ed, any closing thoughts, recaps, or new thoughts?
Well, I think the key to not getting in the trap is, like you said at the beginning of the show, I pay attention to, for instance, CBS All Access. I watch 2 shows, Picard and Discovery. If they're not on, it's gone.
You're not watching
when they
The
come
Stand?
back.
What about The Stand?
I'm holding off on The Stand because I just picked up the DVD of the original. I want to watch the original first again, and I want to watch it all in one swoop. I don't want to.
They are putting out one a week, yeah. So, and after we're off air, I'll give you a little more info about that. Without spoilers.
A little. Yeah, okay. I know the changes.
Okay. Yeah. Now, any other thoughts?
Nah.
You know what? Your summarizations suck because they are like 10 seconds long.
Sorry about that.
I think they're great.
I gotta say and get it over with, baby, so we can move on.
He's down to business, y'all.
He's doing that neck thing. I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, he can.
I got a little brother in me.
Wait, just real quick for clarification. Do you think of me as a little brother? I need to know for the next time I show up.
January 16th, baby.
It's going to be hell if this show airs after the 16th, ain't it? It's like 51 weeks away for this motherfucker. Andrea, any closing thoughts or recap on this topic?
I like subscriptions. I can cancel at any time. It's okay.
Okay. Again, concise and to the point and really fucking short. Here's the deal. Subscriptions are not contracts, and that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Track your fucking subscriptions. When nobody did it, this was a promised land, and then they figured out how to make money off of it. And now we have to be smarter than your average bear. But not much smarter than that. All that means is you have to watch what you're putting your money towards, pay attention to it, track those dates, and be aware. Because otherwise, suddenly, what you thought was $12 a month will turn into $250 a month. Real fucking easy. Especially once you start subscribing to a video game or two, your Xbox service, some games on your phone, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So, if you're not oblivious and a moron who thinks everybody's going to do something for you and you don't have to take care of your own shit, you will not get fucked. If you are that kind of moron, please go get checked for STDs because you're getting fucked. think that's a good enough recap and everything, right? Think we're good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the outro here, guys. Want to let you know, you can email us at talkof. Hold on, comment from Kennedy. I might subscribe to a subscription tracker.
Those are a thing. They have those.
That's funny, because you can also subscribe to a credit tracker. Anyhow, you can email us at talkofthetavernShow@gmail.com. That's talkofthetavernShow@gmail.com. Don't forget you can pick up incredible merch, such as what Andrea just held up, or the pint glass I'm holding up. And you can find things like that at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/tavernmerch, or bit.ly/tavernmerch2. That's the number 2. One is pint glasses, hats, and patches. The other one is shirts, mugs, and stickers. Check that shit out. Other than that, we got the merch covered. Other podcasts. Don't forget to check out Stealing for Survival. Medieval fantasy apocalyptic games set in the world I write books in. And Write Night, where me and a handful of other authors talk about the process of creating and the technical side also. Excuse me. I want to thank everybody such as Jewel, Lady Skipper, who subscribed during the stream and the recording of the podcast tonight, as well as people like Kelt Doop that cheered bits, people that picked up merch, host, rated, subscribed, or supported us on Patreon and PayPal. You guys fucking rock my world. Let's get a closing toast here. For the non-robotic one, I'll say, know where your money's going. Don't be an idiot. You'll be alright. But Cogley's added a quote from me. Thank you, Cogley. So flattering. The right word can mean the world, such as globe. It's true. It's true. Okay, let's get some... I think I got everything. We all good? Closing music or anything else, guys?
We're good. I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Raising the glass, going to some closing music. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us in the discussion. Shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day, and steamy dreams every night.
Okay, we're out. We've taken off the subscriber only. Joe, rip. It was good to see you. Thank you for swinging by. I think you probably already fucked off. John, are you out of here, man? You driving home? And,
Later, John.
Kenny, word to win. Joe, thank you so much, guys, for all your input. Really appreciate that. Appreciate you understanding how I don't read every comment that comes up on the screen. We do read them all, we just don't read them all out loud. Wordwin, Joe, keep in mind, I do have a package, my special little package just for you big guys.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, I'll deliver yours personally. Well, actually, you might get some in the mail. You might get some on January 16th.
Yeah, you will.
Andrea, John would like you to email him.
Okay. Anything particular?
Well said, Joe. John, what are you looking for from Andrea in email? And would Discord work as well?
I can email him.
And sub-only chat is off. Is anybody not a subscriber?
Ah.
There we go. Joe wants you to email him.
Yes, say something.
What?
Anybody not a subscriber? Say something.
That's right. Talk shit now. Subscribers all. Hey, we still got Flame with us here. Flame, you still with us? Did you pass out?
I think she is.
It's like next week where they're at, right?
It is. Hey, Flaming Bird, should we bring you on for New Year's Eve? Because I think everybody else is fucking off, but Kevin will probably be on. Ah, so I can send a logo. Andrea. John says, so I can send a logo. I bet Flaming Bird.
Oh, me to email him?
It's 3 a.m. there. I bet you're about to pass. Oh, man, do we want to raid somebody? What's that?
Sure.
We want to raid?
I thought we were going to talk about
Discovery, or you want to talk about that off air?
No, I don't know. Is anybody else here watching Discovery? Let's ask that first.
Me.
Andrea. Okay. Andrea and I finally caught up with Discovery. And keep in mind, we don't want to talk about it on air because some of the episodes we're recording right now aren't coming out till the beginning or middle of January.
But we're not recording this part, right?
No, this part we're off.
Joe, Star Trek Discovery. It's on CBS All Access.
And well worth watching, by the way. Except it's funny. Because first season we really enjoyed. Second season we pretty much enjoyed. But two of the primary characters got really fucking emotional. In season 3, they got over that. It's a normal level of emotional. But now, they're fucking whispering. Have you noticed this, Ed?
Whispering.
Have you noticed this?
I don't know. I play my TV so damn loud.
No.
Yeah,
No. You don't. It doesn't matter. You will notice it next time. Now that we've said some shit.
Good night, John.
Good night, John. What, Andrea?
Good night, John. I'm like, you know what?
What?
This is how they talk.
Michael Burnham.
What is that?
I think the director or the creative director or somebody went, you know what? We can't yell because of everybody's TVs. So instead, to draw the viewers in, I want you to drop your volume instead of raise it. And this will make people lean in. And they really took it to a new level.
It's not more dramatic. It's annoying.
It's fucking hilarious. Who do we want to raid when we raid here? Anybody got any preferences? I'm seeing a lot of writer folks on. I'm seeing.
What were we going to?
What?
I was looking to see what we were supposed to talk about, and he says something.
So
about
what about Mando? What do you think about Mando?
Okay, Mando has now hit the season finale. I would rather not drop spoilers. Have you watched it all, Ed?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Major Woody, man. Major Woody.
Did you watch the end of the credits?
Yeah.
Where it basically here's this is not a spoiler. If you watch the final episode of Mandalorian,
just watch it all the way through.
At the end of the season finale of season 2, they have a trailer for a Boba Fett series coming out next year. Yep. The Book of Boba Fett, where he basically walks in where fat-ass Bib Fortuna, who was a moron in the movie, he fucking blasts him and takes the throne on Tatooine for whatever that's fucking worth.
The cool thing about it is I was never a Boba Fett fan, and I know there's been rumors for a Boba Fett movie series even before there was a Disney Plus. And I was like, why? But the way they reintroduced the character,
right
like
there, to go forward with the character instead of backward. Now I'm interested. Because Ed, how many times have you heard me fucking bitch stop rewinding for me? Which this is still a rewind. We have movies 7, 8, and 9 out. But I'm okay with it because it's filling in that 30 fucking year gap. You got a gap you can fill. Okay, you got a gap Ed could fill. Most men couldn't. But whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah.
On a good day.
That's a big gap, buddy. No pressure. No, I'm okay with that. And by the way, was that the actor that played all the clones? Because that was not the actor that played Boba Fett originally.
That was the actor that played the clone in the movies. That he played Jango Fett.
Episode 1, 2, and 3. God,
yeah.
man, he did age 20 years, didn't he?
Yeah.
By the way, for everybody that is talking about who to raid, I have in Writerland the Calm Scribe, Coffee Quills, Living Ted, Rabin Writes, Sable Aradia. In other people, I have Wabbit's mom, who's doing some Twitch sings. I have Spring Fans, who's doing some GeoGuessr. And I have Creaturist, who's doing some graphic design with stock footage for the day job. So I have options. But we're going to bullshit for a minute that I'm just going to pick whoever the fuck makes me happiest. Unless somebody really feels strongly about rating any given person, then I'll go with what you like. Good night, Flaming Bird. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night. Let us know about New Year's. We'll be here. Kevin will be here on New Year's Eve. Probably about midnight your time.
It'll be like the week after for you guys.
It'll be Thursday. So yeah, Discovery really enjoying, curious to see, because I suspect first season only had 15 episodes, second season had 14. We're up to episode 11?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing we only have 2 to 3 more episodes before this season ends.
Yeah, probably so.
I also think they'll be leaving this timeline by the end of the season.
You think so?
If it's not by the end of this season, it'll be the end of next season.
Huh. Okay.
It's they're not going to stay way up there. They haven't invested heavily enough in the infrastructure of that era to stay there.
You don't know what they're going to do in the next couple.
But here's what I will tell. Oh, goddamn, we lost Andrea again. Andrea! She's coming back. Here's what I will tell you, Ed. It was really nice that they did the 2-episode arc to end Giorgio.
Yeah.
And this is why I think she's coming back. I think she was sent back, or will appear, something to do with the burn. Because I don't think they're going to resolve that by the end of this season. I think they're going to give us the cause.
Yeah.
But I think the next season following is going to be more burn-oriented. And maybe even move to that timeline.
Oh, did you watch the shorts after
I have
Discovery?
not.
We started watching them last night. They're about 15 minutes each.
They're good.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And it explains a little more about some of the characters. It's pretty good.
So you remember the queen that learned how to refine or redefine or reinitiate dilithium at the end of season 2. That she came from a short. She was a character introduced in the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
You also kind of have Saru's origin story. How he contacted the original Giorgio from this timeline.
Oh, okay.
So it's stuff like that. Also, the second or third one, I think the second one, is 1,000 years in the future. From what timeline, we don't know. It's only the ship and one stowaway. And that was interesting. So they're kind of nice.
So you can watch them. Sorry.
No, go on.
You can watch them and it won't spoil anything for you.
I think if you watch them after season 2, you're good.
Okay.
But there's 2 seasons of shorts, so the second season of shorts might be... Like, the first season of shorts was definitely meant to be watched between season 1 and season 2.
Okay, I've seen the first season of shorts. I didn't know there was a second season.
There is now, yeah. So I'm guessing they belong between season 2 and 3. So at this point in time, we're probably safe to watch it.
I will check them out.
Yeah, same here. So the point is, enjoy Mandalorian. Andrea has asked, will Grogu, the child, Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call it, return in season 3? I say yes. Because, frankly, I don't think the Mandalorian carried the show. I think the child carried the show. Now,
He's so cute. Maybe he'll be bigger.
if they cut the child out, which would be smart, and open up a new series called Jedi Academy, because Disney Plus did just announce like 100 new projects.
Yeah, 10 new shows.
10 new Star Wars shows.
And I don't think Jedi Academy was one of them.
Well, they could move in that direction with one of those. I would be okay if they took Mandalorian and took the child out of the Ark and moved it, because he's got the dark sword now that we recognize from the Clone Wars series. Mm-hmm. He's got his own story now, and I'm good with that. He also got out of the kind of the hardcore extremist group he was a part of, which he didn't even know he was a part of.
Right.
Where he wouldn't show his face. He's shown his face on 2 separate occasions. And he's hooked up with other Mandalorians, and he basically has the sword of power that puts him in fucking charge.
Mm-hmm.
And
but he didn't want it.
No, he didn't want it. And he tried to give it up, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. And by the way, how fucking great of a villain is Gideon? Which, by the way, he is also the villain, according to Andrea, in Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. And The Boys on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's a great villain. I really like him.
Okay, we've lost our viewers. Nobody's hanging
out.
out.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Let me do a quick refresh. Let's get a raid, and then if we want to talk more, we'll talk off air, because
nobody gives a shit.
That's right.
Yeah, no Star Wars geeks out there? What the fuck?
What's wrong with you people?
I'm tired. I have to get up early, so...
Okay,
yeah,
we've lost a few people here. I don't know this person. I haven't spoken to them at all. So, Crow and Quill enter the snowman. He's got a word count that he's working on. That's the Living Ted. Happy Solstice Monday. That's rapping.
Yay.
You want to go over that one, Andrea?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, they're only one viewer different anyway. So let's do that. And Ed, we'll talk to you for another 2 minutes or 20 minutes, depending what your bedtime says when we're done here. Uh-huh.
I can go longer than 2 if you let me get up and go pee.
Go pee now. I gotta pee too. Then we'll see if there's anything to talk about.
I don't have to go. I went before we left.
Okay, guys, I'm going to put the raid call in. Let's go harass Raven. Copy paste from emote to emote, mug to kitty. Let's go fuck with a fuckity fuck. Hold on. God, move over there. Really? Bob abandoned us? Goddamn Bobicus. What's wrong with you?
He's very tired.
Okay, we got that rolling. We're raiding. And I'm cutting off the stream.
While traveling, it's usually best to pack light. When it comes to money, carrying some cash and having an alternative like Zelle is a great idea. Zelle's an easy way to send and receive money with people you trust. At any U.S. bank, it's already in thousands of different banking apps, and it's money straight into your bank account in minutes fast. Look for Zelle in your banking app today. Safe travels.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Gift yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G, a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. Pair it with the Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. Check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, like biking, swimming, golfing, and more. Invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up with Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products sold separately.